I want this presentation here to be very interactive. I really want to hear your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. So I'm going to tell you to unmute. I want everybody to unmute yourselves because I really want to listen to you. But if you have some background noise, please mute yourself. Okay. Uh, I want it to be a conversation, not just me talking. You already listened to me for 10 minutes, not listen more. Okay, so the topic today is New Year, New You, New Year's resolutions, and how to make them work for you. Uh, how many of you have New Year resolutions? Like maybe raise your hand or shout out. I had a few New Year's resolutions. Anybody else? Joan,
Yeah.
okay. And Susan? Okay, very good. And how many of you struggle like myself to keep those New Year resolutions the whole year?
Mm.
Yeah. So I see a few hands raised. Why do you think why do you think we struggle with that?
Memory.
Memory, like we forget?
Yes, mine is to drink more water. And I know I need to keep a full glass of water where I sit, and I just forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. What else are other reasons? We forget.
Maybe not the resolve I need.
Okay, not the result you need. Susan, did you have a comment?
I think sometimes right now it's because of what actually is all going. I mean, this year it's what's all going on in the country.
Okay, yeah, things are overwhelming
You
right
know, with the
now.
pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, sure. Okay, any other comments, ideas? Why do we not stick to our action plans or resolutions?
I think some of them are just, they're like too unrealistic. Uh, I mean, if you say, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, I mean, that's really hard to do. But if you say, okay, I'm going to start working and I want to lose 2 pounds a month, then I think that's a lot easier to do than just saying, and easier to stick with. So I think that what we're trying to do sometimes is make them too overwhelming or too big.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Julia. Uh, that's that's right
yeah.
on
I
where
think
we're
that's right.
leading.
Yeah.
Yes, Susan.
Julie, I definitely agree with you on that. I lost about 25 pounds, oh, probably about 6, 7 years ago. And it just works so very well to say, okay, I'm going to lose a half a pound this week, half a pound next week. It works. You're right. It works really well.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're heading. But I want to remind you, so remind us as we see in the screen that New Year's resolutions should be, instead of resolutions, should be action plans, because that's more inviting to do something. They also need to be something that you want to do, not something that you think you should be doing, but something that's really gonna motivate you and that you're really interested on doing. It also, like Julia said, it needs to be broken down into smaller steps, and we need to put a time limit. Sometimes when it's too vague and we don't say, well, I want to complete this action plan by the end of the month, it just kind of gets forgotten. And then we need to be very specific about the plan. So from this slide on, we are going to call them action plans because we want them to be action plan. So I have this picture of Erika, and her action plan is to lose weight. Hold on, let me change it. Okay. That you guys see that now? Okay. But I want you to tell me what is wrong with that. Erica's plan is I want to lose weight. So what's the matter with that? Joan, you're muted, Joan.
Maybe there's not an achievable goal. Like
Yeah.
in writing, like 1 pound a week or something. I don't know
Yes.
what you call that.
Yes. So you're right. And then also Patty mentioned that it's too general of an idea. Mm-hmm. Yes. So so before we really break it down and put a timeline into that, we need to come up with some ideas on as to how Erica can lose some weight. So let's tell me some ideas because losing weight is it's a good action, but it's also the result of a series of steps. So that right there is kind of like the first thing that we need to be aware when we create an action plan. If our plan is already, if we're listing the result, or if we're breaking it down to be more specific. So let's tell me some things that Erica can do to lose weight. Yes, Susan.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're muted, Susan.
Oh, can I? I'll talk after Susan. Thank you.
Yeah, Susan, you need to mute yourself. No. Okay, who else wanted to make a comment?
Hi.
Linda?
We had a class this morning about New Year's resolutions from the senior center, and he said to create SMART goals, and
Yeah.
SMART was an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable,
Yeah.
relevant, and time bound. So the same idea as your action plan, and he said one of the things to do was put sticky note all over, or to write in your mirror and make it.
Okay, great. Great. You're heading towards the finish line. Well, we're gonna get there. But I want you guys to tell me what kind of things Erica can do to lose weight. Julia.
One thing is to look at her meals or what she eats on a daily basis, what she uses to snack, to cut the proportions, or to take a look and say, hey, you know what? I'm drinking a lot of soda. So start cutting out 1 can of soda a day.
Okay.
And then go along and then start cutting maybe 2. I mean, depends on how much soda she drinks.
Yeah.
Or maybe has to have dessert with every meal. Maybe cut that in half. And so start looking at what she's eating and start cutting back in little pieces somewhere that will help attain that, rather than just say, okay, I'm going to diet. I'm going to eat nothing but veggies and this and that. You know, like you said, you still got to make yourself happy while you're doing it, or you're just going to give up.
Yes. Great. Great. Anyone else? Any other suggestions?
Yes.
Brenda.
How about having a suggestion of either joining a spa or setting up a twice a week exercise class that you have to attend? Very specific exercise goals. Join a spa or a half hour on a treadmill.
Yes.
Every other day, or.
Okay, those are great. Great, thank you. Any others, Joan?
Get a buddy. if I walk, I have to have someone that's going to hold me accountable. So I have a neighbor and she'll say, I'm going to walk, come and walk with me. And I'll go, oh yeah, I'll go and walk. But to think of it on my own, I don't know. But it seems like if I have a buddy, I'll do it.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I've written down all the ideas that you gave me. And see now the action plan of losing weight, these are great ideas for Erica to do. And so now, now that I have all of these ideas, the next step would be to select one or two, and then break it down even more. So, for example, I'm going to say, well, I want to do an exercise class. So now tell me some ideas on how Erica can get going with the exercise class. How can I get started with the exercise class, Susan?
She's going to have to decide what type of exercise class she wants to go to, according to her health restrictions or whatever. I mean, if she's got arthritis, she may have to go to a chair aerobics class.
Mm-hmm.
She could walk more, walk less. It depends upon what her, physical being is like.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? I put in their time, what time she has. Yeah, Julia?
There's some exercise classes on TV. UEN has some. I was looking at some this morning that you can do, and they have like 3 people showing some that are more used to exercise, some that are less used to it, beginners and stuff like that. Or you can also go to the Salt Lake County YouTube, and there's exercise classes there. So you don't have to go out. You don't have to go meet people, with our concerns of COVID. You can do it right in your home.
So explore all the options that are available for exercising. So now that I have those, I've decided that for me to lose weight, I'm gonna do some exercise. So now I need to figure out the type of exercise, explore all the options, and then maybe the time, the location, and then and the class, and yeah, all of those. Okay. So once you have it all broken down like that, then you can go ahead and put it together in a plan like A was saying. I think it's Alice. Alice, is that your name? Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want you to look at your plan, and I want you to see if it's specific enough. So yeah, take a look at your plan and see if it's specific enough, kind of like the same way that we did with Erica. And does anybody have one that you want to share that maybe we can help you brainstorm some ideas on how you can get started? Julia, go ahead, Julia.
I have a Fitbit, and it's really annoying because every hour it tells me to get up and walk 250 steps if I haven't. So that's one way to kind of get, a little boost there.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's a great way to get reminder that you need to get going. Anyone else? Did you look at your plans? And are they specific enough? Okay. So this is the part that we were talking about. Once your plan is really specific and really broken down, then you use these steps to create your action plan. So number one is very important that you select something that you want to do or something that you decide to do. Not what your husband tells you to do or what your daughter or what your doctor, but something that you want to do because you will be more likely to achieve it if it's, if you can relate to it and if it's important to you. And the next thing, it needs to be achievable, something that you can expect to do in 1 week. And we say 1 week because it's a long, it's a good, 7 days. It's not too long, so you're not gonna forget, but it's just a 1 week to get you good practice. And you can always expand it or extend it to the next week. If it's working out good, then you can extend it to the next week, or you can tweak a little bit so that it makes it so it's more workable for you. Then the other thing, it needs to be action specific, and that's kind of what I was trying to do with the example of Erika losing weight. You really need to make it really narrow it down. Like we were saying, losing weight is the result, so we need to make it specific. Like saying saving money, I'm gonna save money. That is also the result of a series of steps that you took to be able to save money. But if you put it into very specific, like saying, I'm going to eat 4 servings of fruit, or I'm going to only drink one kind of soda a day, or I'm going to walk for 15 minutes, that is a lot more specific. And it also needs to answer the questions what? So a specific action, what exactly are you doing? How much of that are you going to do based on the time, the distance, amount? So one can of soda, 15 minutes of walking, 15 push-ups, 1 mile. And then you also need to figure out when. When are you going to do your action plan? In the morning, in the afternoons. Putting a time and a day makes it more accomplished, that you can accomplish it more. And the other one is how often. So the numbers of day of the week. If you can only do it one time, then select one day. If you want to do it every day, then you need to say from Monday to Friday. And then confidence level is related to how confident do you feel that you are going to be achieving that goal. Um, it, because if you think about it, if you don't feel confident about it, then chances are that you're not going to do that. If you say, I'm going to clean my kitchen, but you're not feeling with the energy or the motivation enough to clean your kitchen, you're not going to do it. And that's why we go back to the part that we need to pick something that we want to do. Because if it's something you want to do, then you will feel more confident to achieve that. Okay. Uh, okay. So I want us to practice. So I want you to think of an action plan that you want to accomplish, and I want you to write it down into those steps. So I'm gonna go back to the other slide so that you can see the steps. So I'll give you about 3 minutes so that you can come up with an action plan for yourself, and then we'll share after. Okay, everybody. I think it's been It's been about three minutes. So anybody would like to share what your action plan is going to be? Yeah, Susan, go ahead and you gotta unmute yourself. Okay.
I'm going to clean the storage room in the basement. I need to take it in small steps. A little bit every day, as I found out, works well. Every day, about 1 hour a day in the morning, because morning is when I'm more energetic. I'll do it for 6 days, and then my confidence level is about an 8.
All right. Yes, that's a good way to put it together. I like it. So just don't forget to say, I know you said 1 hour a day, so don't forget to say if it's going to be in the morning or in the afternoon, or if it's going to be a specific time.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Susan, for sharing with us. And anyone else wants to share? Yes, Joan. Wait, you gotta unmute yourself.
I'd like to exercise more, and my goal is to. I watch a lot of television, especially nowadays. So my goal is to get up during commercials and do something. Don't no sitting through a commercial. So I have to get up and move. It's 70 steps between my front door and my back door. And my goal is to do that 3 times during a commercial. And I'd like to do that between the hours of 12 noon and 6. My confidence level is probably right now a 3.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to need a sticky note right where I sit to make me aware, okay, there's a commercial going on, get up and move. If I can get used to getting up and moving during a commercial, then I can set goals about how much I'm going to do. But don't sit during a commercial. That's going to be a big sin, to sit during a commercial. I'll see how that works. I think it will. I'm already aware that I'm sitting during a commercial, and my husband's up walking.
Okay, Joan, I like your plan. I think it's a good use of commercial time, but I want you to be more confident.
I know.
So what do you think you can change so that your confidence level goes up?
Well, I think someone had mentioned, someone had mentioned they got a Fitbit.
Uh,
And
Julia.
Julia, I like that idea to get a Fitbit. Right now, I don't know if they're on sale. They were before. Christmas, I'm going to be looking to get a Fitbit. And I can set that. That would give me more confidence. If someone could knock on my head every, say, 15 minutes and say, okay, Joan, is there a commercial? You need to get up. I think that would help me. I just think that my confidence would go up if I had something external reminding me.
Okay. And in the meantime, while you get your Fitbit, you can always use a timer on your phone or
You're right.
a timer on your microwave or,
My
an
stove
alarm.
has a timer.
Yeah.
My stove, yeah. That's
Okay.
good. That's good. Thank you.
So if you try those things, what does that do to your confidence level?
That would make it go up. Oh my goodness, probably to an 8.
All right. That's what we want to hear. I'm excited. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else wants to, Susan?
I was just going to tell Joan a Fitbit is wonderful.
No, I know. I have to just get out. It's hard to get out.
Oh, I know.
And doing it online, I'm just not used to doing it online. I'm 79. I just don't know. I have to see it, feel it, look at it, and I've got to get out of that. Susan, you're right. I need to get one.
All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else has another plan? Julia?
Along with that, Joan, when I got mine, I did not realize how little I was getting up and moving around. I mean, I've been healthy, so I figured I was getting enough moving around. So that was one thing that really taught me with that. But back to the other, I've got a bathroom that and this is kind of started, and I'm already doing it, but I was stripping the wallpaper off.
Oh,
And I mean, I don't take a specific time, a specific day. I just go in there when I've got time to maybe an hour to where I can go in there and just start stripping it down off the wall. And so it took me about a week to get the wallpaper off. Right now, I'm in the mode of scrubbing the wall, scrubbing the glue off the wall. And in fact, I just grabbed a half hour before this meeting and scrubbed part of the wall, and then I'll go back and do another part. So when I get time, I can get in there. My motivation or confidence level is really high because I can't stand having this bathroom in the shape it's in. And so once I get the wall scrubbed, and then I'll work on painting it. So like I said, my confidence level is high because I can't stand it the way it is, but I don't have time to sit down and take a whole day and go in there and scrub the walls. And plus, how sore are you afterwards if I were to spend a whole day in there?
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever motivates you to get that done, use it. Use it to your advantage. Thank you for sharing, Julia. I want to share Dina. She put on the chat box, she put her goal, and it says, I want to clean out the drawers in the bath 1 day for 5 days, throw away the materials, put a paper thing, and a list of replacements. And she wants to do half an hour to 1 hour in the mornings. I believe that's what she put. Correct, Dina? Did I say it right? Give me a high five if I said it wrong. Yeah, thumbs up. Yes. So that's great. Great. Anyone else that wants to share? Any other plans? Susan, do you have anything?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, those are some really good plans. And if you guys were noticing, they were they were simple enough that you can just do throughout the week in a short period of time. So that makes that makes those plans more achievable, and because they're things that you care about, and so those were great examples. So a few other things to consider when you are doing those action plans is to think about what motivates you and what you like to do. Okay. Select plans that are going to resonate with you, and we already mentioned that are important to you. Break down in small bites, bite size, instead of eating the whole cake like I'm doing in that picture, because that's me and cake. Cake is my thing, so I just but break it down into bite sizes, and that was the purpose of that exercise that we had a minute ago, that you could see yourself breaking down those plans. And then it's better to fail at one plan than to fail at many, so when you're setting up your plans, make sure that you have I've heard person that say, well, this week I'm gonna exercise and I'm gonna clean my garage and then I'm gonna clean my kitchen. And those are all great things, but sometimes it gets overwhelming and then we end up doing nothing. And that kind of happens to me sometimes. And so it's better just to concentrate on one, get it done so that you can be successful than have too many and not have success. Also, give yourself a break. If you're not able to accomplish your plan because you were sick or you have family come over or for any reason, don't worry. Don't give yourself a break. You're in charge of your plan so that you can change it to fit your schedule and your needs and to make it work for you. And then, be kind to yourself. Sometimes we're our worst judges. We're not accomplished something and we're just kind of pounding in ourselves in a very negative way. And so we gotta be kind to ourselves and just say nice words to ourselves. Keep track of your goals. So tell me some ways that you can keep track of your goals.
Well, the one woman is doing it with her Fitbit. I use my phone for walking and it shows me how many steps I walk. So I like keep track of it that way.
Yeah.
And the thing the man said this morning too was when you reach one of your goals, treat yourself to something that you're, excited about in the same way of being nice to yourself, which I really liked that.
Yes. So Patty mentioned to have a journal. That's a great idea. Because you can keep track of yourself or your plan there on the journal, but also you can go back and see. Maybe it will give you an idea of what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong. What will be another way? Maybe a calendar. You can write it down in a calendar. Um, there's a lot of apps. My phone has a reminder app that I use to remind me of when I do need to do things. And then you can check it in there that it has been completed. So many other ways. And then one thing that is very, very important is to celebrate your success, your achievements when you reach your plan. Now, I'm going to tell you a way I um, celebrated myself. I decided last year that I was gonna exercise constantly. I didn't want to keep putting it off. So I said my goal is going to be that I'm gonna exercise 5 days a week for half an hour. And I just wanted to prove to myself that I could consistently exercise because it was really important for me that I start doing that. So when I reached the 6 month mark of that goal, I bought myself a new pair of tennis shoes. And because I thought it was a good way to celebrate, but also to reward myself. And then when I reached, last November, I reached the 1 year mark of exercising for one whole year. And for some people, this is really easy. For some others, it's not. For me, it wasn't because exercise is not something that I do, that I used to do a lot. So last November, I reached the 1 year mark. Yay, I was really excited. So what did I do? I also rewarded myself for my achievement. So I bought myself my very first pair of yoga pants and a new pair of tennis shoes. And that was how I rewarded myself. And now, in 6 months from now, I will think about another reward. So those are my examples on how I rewarded myself. But I want to hear, how can you reward yourself when you achieve one of your goals? Give us some ideas. Go ahead, Julia. You're
I
on mute.
couldn't see my hand. I like to read. And so when I hit a goal, I mean, there's sometimes that I'll read. That's why I found out I wasn't walking like I should. But I'll designate a time, whether it's in the morning or after lunch or right before dinner or before I go to bed. I'll designate a time to go ahead and read for an hour, or do something like that I like to do.
All right. Yes. Just reward yourself with something that you like to do. Anything else? Anyone else? Monica and Paige, if you guys have some ideas, feel free to share with us.
Well, someone in the chat put that that when they're increasing their steps by walking with their dog gets a new sweater or shirt when they reach a goal, which I personally think is very cute.
Yes, it is cute.
Personally, I like to reward myself by watching an episode of whatever show that I'm watching, or letting myself watch an extra episode that day. Works for me.
All right. Yes. So anything that works for you, getting a new sweater for your dog, that's cute. That's really cute. And yeah, if that makes you happy and that makes your dog happy, that's great. Any other ideas? So maybe that's something that you guys need to think about. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes maybe we don't think that we deserve to be rewarded. But I don't think that's the case. I think everybody can spoil themselves a little bit, especially if you have accomplished something that you really wanted to accomplish. Okay.